Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh. Wa na'udzu billahi min syururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudhillalah wa may yudlilhu fala hadiyalah. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarikalah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim wa barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim fil alamin innaka Hamidum Majid. Alhamdulillah, all praise be to Allah. We praise Him, we ask for His help, we ask for His forgiveness, we seek refuge with Allah from the wickedness of ourselves and the badness of our deeds. Badness of our deeds. I bear witness there's no God worthy to worship except Allah. Only Him, no associate for Him. And I bear witness that Muhammad is His servant and messenger. Oh Allah, give good prayers upon Muhammad and the family of Muhammad, as you gave to Abraham and the family of Abraham. Oh Allah, bless upon Muhammad and the family of Muhammad, as we have blessed upon Abraham and the family of Abraham in every world. And you are actually most worthy of praises and abundance in gift. Our topic today, inshallah, we will go into the 12th summary, because we are actually in the Khulasah Ta'zim Al-Ilm, the summarization of honoring knowledge. So the last time when we met online, we talk about the importance of to preserve or to protect for the knowledge from anything that will tarnish or break the sense of the knowledge that is actually against the virtue or muru'ah, and also breaking the muru'ah. So anything that is actually not good for knowledge must not be done. Because knowledge is one thing, and your practical of the knowledge is something that essentially must be done. Not only you have that degree, that certificate saying that you have completed your study, but you have also have to have the right attitude when you are actually one of the student of knowledge. So today, inshallah, we go to the 12th summary. المعقد الثاني عشر انتخاب الصحبة الصالحة صاحب الصحبة الصالحة له. انتخاب الصحبة الصالحة له means that the 12th summary, choosing good companion for knowledge, for it as for the knowledge. When you want to go to learn or to seek knowledge, you have to have a good companion with you. He said here, اتخاذ الزميل ضرورة لازمة في نفوس الخلق. He said here, taking friend, to make friend with others, is actually a crucial necessity in the soul of every creature. Everybody need a soulmate, need somebody to be with. You cannot live in this world by yourself. You have to have somebody with you. So in going into the knowledge is something that is, you have to know that in knowledge also you have to have companion when you want to go into seeking for the knowledge. He said here also, فَيَحْتَاجُ طَالِبُ الْعِلْمِ إِلَى مُعَاشَرَةِ غَيْرِهِ مِنَ الطُّلَّابِ. Thus, a knowledge seeker, a student, have to bond with others, have the bond or have a connection with other students. You cannot say that you are actually learning by yourself and you don't have to have any friend. This is wrong. That is what it said wrong attitude to be. Because it said here, لِتُعِينَهُ هَذِهِ الْمُعَاشَرَةُ عَلَى تَحْصِيلِ الْعِلْمِ وَالْاجْتِهَادِ فِي طَلَبِهِ. So that this relationship, this bond that you have between you and other students could help the knowledge seeker or the student to gain knowledge and have persistence in seeking knowledge, so that when you have somebody for you to measure yourself, measure your strength in memorization, in learning, because when somebody is there with you, you know that you are human, and your friend is also a human. So the thing is actually will help you to gain a perseverance. Means that you don't lose hope when you see your friend, your buddy can learn the thing that you want to learn, can gain knowledge from the same teacher with you. So you will have the same commitment. You will not fall into lose hope, because if you do it by yourself, then you think you can do it, you cannot do it. It's like when you say walking a certain distance. If you do it by yourself, surely after few kilometers, you feel that you already lost hope. You cannot do it anymore. But if you do it with others, this type of environment can be seen when people are doing Hajj. Usually when people doing Hajj, by walking, not by cars or buses, from Makkah to Mina, from Mina to Arafah, from Arafah back to Muzdalifah, from Muzdalifah back to Mina, all that actually distance. If you are walking by yourself, you surely cannot finish it. You will surely, after a few kilometers, you feel lost hope and you stop. But if you have companion to walk with you that distance, 6.5 kilometers from Mecca to Mina, and then from Mina to Arafah, 10 kilometers, and after that from Arafah back to Muzdalifah, 3.5 kilometers, and from Muzdalifah back to Mina, 6 kilometers. That distance will surely become easy for you if you have companion walking with you. You are seeing everybody walking with you and you don't feel tired. But if you are walking by yourself, that surely will make you tired easily. So that's why in learning also you have to have the same concept. When working together, doing everything together, you will feel your perseverance and your energy is there for you to finish it. That's why in learning you have to have that companion also. He said here, Az-zamalatu fil ilmi in salimat min al-ghawa'ili nafi'atun fi wusuli ila maqsudi. Az-zamalatu fil ilmi means here friendship in knowledge, to have companion in knowledge. In salimat min al-ghawa'ili, if it is safe from disaster, means that the companion is good with you and you actually can bond with him or with her easily and without any hurtful feeling between you and him. It's actually nafi'ah. He said here nafi'atun fil wusul ila al-maqsud. It's fruitful to arrive at the goal. Means that whatever you want to reach, the good companion is actually will make easy for you, become fruitful for you to have companion as long as no disaster happen between you and him. Okay. Wala yahsunu biqasidil ala illa intikhaba suhbatin salihatin tu'inuhu fa aina lil khalili fi khalilihi athara. And it is not good, not fine for an aimer of high success, aimer of highness, means anybody who want to aim to the level, to the next level, to the highest level. It is not fine for him except to choose a good companion that will help him, to go the distance, to go to the knowledge, to go to the distance and goal that we want. Because it said here, فَإِنَّ لِلْخَلِيلِ فِي خَلِيلِهِ أَثَرٌ. Because a partner would have an effect upon his partner. Means that anybody who become close to somebody, that somebody will have an effect. Whether you like it or not, he or she will make an effect upon his companion or his friend. Whether good or bad. Good or bad. Good or bad, the effect will happen. Abu Dawud and Tirmidhi narrated. He said here, Rawa Abu Dawud wa Tirmidhi. Abu Dawud and Tirmidhi narrated, An Abi Hurairah radhiyallahu anhu. From Abi Hurairah radhiyallahu anhu, may Allah Ta'ala be pleased upon him. Anna Nabiyya sallallahu that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam called, the Prophet also called, Ar-rajulu ala dini khalilihi. A man is upon the religion, the belief of his close friend. His close friend. Or his partner. Falyanzur ahadukum man yukhalil. Then, every one of you, the Prophet said, must look who he is being friend with, close friend with. When you take a close friend, who is your close friend? Because a person is on the religion or the belief of his companion, his close friend. This is what narrated narrated from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Means that, like we said before, about choosing a good companion. When we was learning about the 10 rules about self-purification, the same rules being said there about having good companion, good friend in making yourself to be cleansed from sin or be better. You have to be to take a good companion to be with you. What we say here is actually doesn't mean that you don't want to be friend with people who actually are not from your type or your like. Because sometimes some people wrongly understand from what we say right now, saying that we actually uplifting our self upon others. Like the word, I am holier than thou. That you don't want to mix or mingle with others just because of that. That is totally wrong. Because what we meant here is actually because when students want to achieve a better or a good understanding, a good knowledge, a better for himself, he must make sure that the surrounding for him. If you want to influence others, that's totally different story. Means that you want to give guidance to others. Like the Prophet SAW, when he guide the mushrikin Makkah, he don't run away. He mixed with them, call them to the truth, and calling them to Islam. Even though they are actually doing wrong things, bad things, the Prophet doesn't ever run away from them. There's two type of extreme. One extreme is you go mingle to others and doesn't care about what happened to yourself, saying that essentially you think that bad and good and bad is actually the same. That will not affect you. This is actually a person that's being falsely overconfident about himself, saying that he will not be affected by anybody he befriend with. That one extreme. The other extreme is actually running away to the jungle, doesn't want to mingle with others. That is the other extreme. We are talking right now about whoever want to learn knowledge in building himself. He should not be actually taking many of his time mingling or mixing with wrong people, because he is actually at the stage of basis of building himself. So not supposed to have any wrong understanding, any wrong belief about knowledge, or any wrong understanding about what he should know or he should do with his knowledge. Because normally when a person wrongly at the first, will not arrive at the goal of his that he want to go to. So that's why the Prophet SAW said in this hadith, Ar-rajulu ala dini khalilihi. A person, a man, is actually upon the belief or the religion of his close friend. Falyanzur, then every one of you, the Prophet said, have to look at who he is actually getting close to, making close friend with. He must make sure that is actually being taken care of. Qala Raghib Asfahani. Raghib Asfahani is among the scholars of linguistic, and he wrote a book that can be said as the dictionary for uncommon words in the Quran, uncommonly used words in the Quran. Raghib Asfahani, he have the book Al-Mufradat, that is concerned the words that rarely used in our daily conversation, but being said in the Quran. So he make one great book that called Al-Mufradat. So he said here, Raghib Asfahani said, laisa i'da'ul jalis li jalisihi bimaqalihi wa fi'alihi faqat, bal bin nazari ilaihi. He said here, the contagious of a companion to his companion means that whatever you sit, you say, if you sit with somebody is good, which is good, like what you said before. The Prophet give another example, that a person who sitting with a good companion, he's like sitting with a person that is selling perfume to others. Even though you'll not get the perfume freely, you get the good smell at your body. And a person that is actually befriend with a person that is not good in his manners and every doing, it's like a person that being friend with and always sitting with a blacksmith that doing metal works. So the Prophet said, even if your clothes is not burned by the fire from the blacksmith, you will get the bad smell of the metal or the smoke on you. So basically, the what he say by Raghib Asfahani when he said here, al-jalis, he said here, i'da'ul jalis, laisa i'da'ul jalis, the contagious of a companion to his friend, laisa bimaqalihi wa fi'alihi faqat, not by his words and his action only, bal bin nazara ilayhi, even by looking at him, just looking at him, sitting with him, the contagiousness or the effect will come to you. It's something that actually, like I said, it's not about not being friend or guiding everybody to the truth. It's about when you are building yourself. Because when you are building yourself, at that time, you have to be careful not to have something that actually will collapse everything that you are building. It's different when a person already established his stand, his knowledge, his belief already being established. Then he can sit with whoever he want in giving guidance. Even if you sit with a person that is bad in manners, he can influence that person to become better. But when you are learning, because our topic is about student who want to learn, to make sure that he get the knowledge that he want, that then gain the knowledge that is actually essential and beneficial for him, he must make sure that the basis of his learning, when he is learning, he must avoid things that we are talking right now. Like here, don't sit. Actually, don't be close friend with those people who actually will influence you badly, because you are actually at the stage of building up yourself, not at the stage of influencing others. When you are influencing others, that is the other thing. The other thing that we will talk inshallah in other topic inshallah. Right. So because he said here, Raghib Asfahani said, it's not just the contagiousness, it's not just because of the words from his companion, not just because the action of his companion. Like the companion said, come, let's go. Where? I want to do something. Come with me. So the action, he told the person to go with him. This is thing that actually I say parents in this day really afraid about their son and their daughter, because when the son and daughter in their home, this is before the gadget enter our life. So every parent know what they teach their daughters and their son. They know everything that being passed down is known by them. So anything that they didn't teach their son and daughter, they will know that the thing is actually is not there from the start. So because when the child, the son and daughter go to school and get new influences from their friend, words, something like bad words that never been said inside the house. Like I have something about this. My sister, my fifth sister, she has five boys, all boys, seven boys, several children, all boys. So those boys actually, when they are small, they didn't being taught about the word bad word. No, never ever. Any word that actually about female part or male part body, never ever being said by them. Even when they are actually fighting with each other, they will spell the words khinzir or pig in Malay, in Arabic letter ba alif baya. So the smaller of them will go to the mother and say, "Mother, my brother already said bad words." So the mother said, "What bad word did he say?" So the younger brother will say, "He said ba'alik baya." You know, they didn't say the word babi. They said ba'alik baya. Because that's what being taught. But nowadays, we actually are having a big problem when our children being exposed to words and things more further than whatever we can think of. Some of our children playing video game, online video games, get influences from outside of Malaysia, outside of country, even outside of our continent. And we get some ideas about parent, but from USA or from Europe or from Australia, from New Zealand, not just around our neighborhood anymore. This is what happened right now. So the things that I say, when children went to school, they surely will absorb some of the knowledge from their friend. This is the thing that being said by Aroy Hasfahani. You actually, when you be comparing with somebody, actually you don't being infected by the words and the action only. Even by seeing him, seeing the companion can make something inside your feeling, your heart. He said here. Why? Bati man yu'ashiru lil fadilati la lil manfaati wala li ladzati. Actually, he said here, only to be choose for companionship. You want to choose somebody to be a companion when you want to learn knowledge. Whoever that he would bond for advantage, means that somebody that you bond with him, you have the bonding with him, you have the connection with him because of advantages, the advantage that he have, the goodness that he have, not for usage. It's really differences, because you don't make friend with him because you want to use him. No. The advantage is when you say that the person is actually a good person, you want to get the goodness from him. Goodness, not you want to take money from him. That is usage. That's other than advantages or merit. You be friend with him because the merit that he have. That's the thing. Not for usage, not for pleasure. Because he said here, فإن عقد المعاشرة, because he said here, because the relationship ties, any ties of relationship between one person to others, yubramu ala hadhil matalibis salasati, it normally will be sealed on these three objectives. When you want to be friend with somebody, normally the reason you want to be friend with them is three things. First, merit or advantages. He said here, lil fadilati, wal manfaati, usage, or the other word, essentially manipulation, and ladhati, pleasure. Means that sometimes a person when he married his wife, the thing is there, maybe because of the goodness of the wife, maybe because of pleasure, because having intimacy with the wife, or maybe because of the wife the wife is actually rich. So the things that you bond with somebody, you bonding, you have a connection with somebody, either advantageous because the goodness of the person, because the person is good, you like to be with him, with her, or because of the things that usage that you got from them, from the person, maybe money, maybe influence, maybe the usage for you to use at the airport, at the road. You be friend with somebody, and then somebody will provide you with police escort. You want to go from point A to point B, but the traffic jam is there. So you call your friend that you be friend with, because he can help you with something. You call him, so he will provide you with the escort. Make way for you. Okay, go away, because a VIP, a very important person is passing by. You use that person. It's usage. You don't be friend. You don't call him because you like him, but you call him because you want a usage from him. That is the usage, or money, or anything, or pleasure, like between man and a woman. Means that you like to be with him because he make you happy with anything from him or for her. So that's three things. So when you are actually want to have the bond or connection, when you seeking for knowledge, the bonding that you have to have is actually the bonding that based on advantages. Means that the person memorize Quran intensively, and the person always give advice to you, to a better advice, to make you a better person. Whenever he just come with you, come to you because he want to take advantage from your money or your status. No, surely because of that. So that person is actually the person that you have to have within companionship when seeking knowledge. The person that can help you with your study, can guide you if you're wrong, can give you guidance to say to you that this place that you want to go to learn is not good. This person, the other person is actually better for you to learn from him. So every time a person who is actually making you better, make you a better person, that is what we say as advantages or merit. Be friend with him because of the merit, because of the goodness that you will get from him. Not the goodness of usage, but the goodness of self purification, self nobility, everything about concerning your to be better person. Okay. Okay. ذكره شيخنا شيخ شيوخنا محمد الخضر ابن حسين في رسائل الإصلاح. The thing that we said about the bonding between human being, relationship, is based on three things that we said here. Either advantages or merit, usage or manipulation, or because of pleasure. It being said by our teacher of our teacher, the teacher of a teacher, Muhammad Khidir Hussein, in his book Rasail al-Islah, letters of improvement, meaning that you want to improve yourself. And then the sheikh did, the teacher did wrote something about that. this thing that you have to have in yourself, to make sure that you always try to be a better person than searching for that knowledge from the writing of the scholars. This is one thing that happened. Okay. So he said here, "Fantakhib sadiqul fadilati zamilan fa innaka tu'rafu bihi." Then choose an associate of advantage as your friend, as a friend. An associate, not pleasure, not usage, but advantages. Means that the person will make you better, will make you a better person. That's then take him as a friend, because he said here, فَإِنَّكَ تُعْرَفُ بِهِ, because you will be known by him. You will be known by him. Friend of who? This thing we say when we see in our time right now, in social media, when you look at a person, when they be friend with whom in his Facebook, who's his friend, actually that will reflect what we say the type of the person that you want to be friend with. I myself actually did have Facebook more than 10 or 11 years before, 7 years, 8 years before, but never ever I been using my Facebook for classes or anything. So no comment, no there, nothing. Even some of our friends said to me that he already sent the friend request for almost 6 years and never been replied. I'm sorry. It's not intentionally, it's unintentionally, because I didn't open my Facebook. It's not really I didn't use it to connect with others. Normally I just use WhatsApp or call, so email. So no Facebook being used. But since last year, when we all start to have classes online from March of 2020, being many classes being done by online classes. So I want or not, then I start to use my Facebook. From there, I seen that the request for friends list is actually so many. So because actually around 1,000 or more. So I don't. At first, I just speak whoever that have mutual friend with me, a person who want to be friend with me, already be friend with more than 20 of my friend. At first, I think that is actually a good indicator to have somebody to be your friend at first. Then after that, when the theory conspiracy group start to evolve in the internet, I got that maybe the person do have similar common friend with me, maybe 20, maybe 50%. But the person have another friend who's not common with me, that's actually not really good friend. Always sharing in the internet, something that will make you become, you say, stress. They share when they share anything in the internet, in the Facebook, they will share something that provoking about the politics and talking bad about a few people, saying that the scholars is actually following the WHO and following the Dajjal, the Antichrist. So when you are looking at their comment without knowledge, the comment without knowledge, because we know the knowledge, we learn the knowledge, and we actually seek the knowledge from the scholars. So those people are not following the scholars. They start talking around, hitting through the bush. No evidence, just rumors. We say like before, we say something being debated in the internet a few weeks ago, when being said about the usage of certain drugs that can be saying that can cure the COVID-19. But when we being asked from those people who saying the thing being happen is actually working, the people actually getting better, when we ask them about the data. You know, every time when we say something is actually in medicine, you have to have proof. You have to have the data about how many being done, who actually done it, and where it being done. Then who from among being used, that actually some drugs being used, and cure, how many percent being cured. So when we ask something like this, they cannot answer. They cannot answer. They said that somebody said here, somebody said there. We hear from those people. We hear from all hearsay. By the time when we talk about the vaccine, it's being presented with documented evidence. That's why when people say to us, say they don't make the vaccine as your God. No, we actually pro evidence, not pro vaccine. We are pro evidence. If you have the evidence, then we do it. You have the evidence, like you have the evidence that the we say seatbelt, when you wear, if anything happen to you, if your car crash, I mean Allah Ta'ala protect all of us from that. The car crash can the damage from the car crash can be minimized by the usage of seatbelt. So that's evidence. You don't say that, oh brother, are you believing in that seatbelt better than Allah? You don't ever compare something like that. Like when you want to run away, you protect yourself from a sharp knife. It's something that is actually there. The knife is sharp. It will cut your hand. If you do something to your hand, it will cut your hand. So you don't say that to the person, are you believing believing the knife more than Allah? The comparison is actually can we say stupid, because the thing is there. The fire is burning. You don't say that the fire is burning. Are you afraid of the fire than Allah? Believe in Allah. Don't believe in the fire. Something is actually wrong thinking. So those people actually who actually be friend with me, some of them, I unfriend them. I unfriend them because when I choose them, just because they have similar friend with me, maybe 50%, he know 50% that I know. So at first I thought that is the indicator, but after seeing what they post inside the internet, inside the Facebook, and some of them actually like dancing woman. Actually, they put the story, their story, woman dancing, woman makeup, doing makeup. The person is a man. So when the person become your friend, so whatever he showed at his story today will be pop up at your Facebook wall. So eventually you don't like that thing, and surely you will unfriend that person. Day by day you will unfriend them, not because you are better than them, but actually the influence, the thing that you read and you see is actually will make something inside your heart. That's the thing, because of that, you make sure that whatever you want to hear or you want to listen, you have to carefully choose it, because the effect is real inside your heart. And some of us in our time right now, they actually have one of the secretaries in TV3. I saw it about around 2 months ago. He said about some people like to see others suffers. They have that special name. Means that they throw out stories that is actually they didn't check it first. They put it there just to make other person worries. When people worries about that thing, he smile. He like it. He like when people feel unsafe, when people feel uncertain about something, to make people become more worry about what happened right now. They actually like it. Some people are like that. So this is actually, when I say toxic people, some of them is actually even being known, have the title of Ustaz. Being said, this is Ustaz somebody, Ustaz somebody. But when I advise them, I said to them, actually, what you share here is actually not really helping anything. You are not a medical doctor. And from the side of view of faith, you also not an expert of jurisprudence. So what are you sharing right now? What are you sharing right now? Actually, that's the thing. So from that point, my indicator to make friend with somebody is not really about the number of common friend between me and him or her. Woman I actually avoid at all to be friend with. But the man, I will see if one person, because one of person that I know, he is actually quite picky when to make friend with somebody inside the internet, inside the Facebook. So if this person is there, it means that the person who want to be my friend has been friend with this person. So I will choose. I will pick it. I will accept the friend request. That's not because I am better than him, because I don't want my thought or my thinking or my serenity, my calmness become being disturbed by anything being shared by those type of person. That's the thing. So sometimes you know somebody that you say here because you will know by him. Yes. Choose an associate of advantage as friend, because you will be known by him, by that person. Because that person will be the indicator that from which group are you? Which group are you? Are you those one who following the sunnah, or you are the following the bid'ah, or you are the following that you doesn't care about this world, you don't care about the religion? Which group are you? Because that is the thing about when you in group with somebody, you want to stay with them, the way you're thinking will also be the same. Okay. He said here, waqala Ibn Mani' fi irsyadut tullab. Ibn Mani', one of the scholars, Ibn Mani' is actually Muhammad bin Aziz bin Mani'. I think actually we did give a little introduction about this guy. He's actually he born in 1882 and he died in 1965, around 82 or 83 years old. So because he's actually one of the scholars of our, we can consider as our time. So Ibn Mani' rahimahullah said in his book Irsyadut Tullab, mean guidance for the students. The book is actually guided for the students. Wa huwa yusi talibul ilmi while he was actually advising, giving advice to the knowledge seekers, the student who seek for knowledge. He said here, wa yahdharu kullal hadari min mukhalatil sufaha. And he said here, beware with full awareness from mixing with the fools. Fools mean that people who actually, ignorant, doesn't care. Like being said, okay, he said in the Quran, when you recite the Surah Al-Baqarah, second juz, it started with sayaqulu sufaha'u minan nasi ma wallahum an qiblatihim allati kanu 'alaiha. Will be saying, those fools will be saying, what make the Muhammad change his qiblat, his direction in prayer from the first direction that he was on it. So Allah Ta'ala called them, those people who actually questioning about that, as fools. Fools because they actually know that Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala have all the right to make changes in his command to his servant. But they keep questioning about that to find out maybe a loophole or a wrong answer from the Prophet SAW, so they can make actually they can make it a bigger issues to say that Muhammad is not right just because of that. So finding things, they being called as fools, not stupid, fools means that make fool of make fool of anybody, anything. Doesn't want to think before saying anything. So they just want everything to go in their way, but they don't think about what they're doing. That's the thing. Beware full awareness from mixing with fools. And he say wa ahlal mujuni wal waqahati, and also from the people of impudence and insolence. Impudence, people who actually their character is actually not a right character. Means that doesn't follow the right manners of character. In waqaha is from the talking. If a person like to talk with bad words, then you call him as an insolence. Impudence, a person that is actually in action, is actually not nice, not a nice person by the action of his body. And also wasayyi as-sum'ati, and people who actually bad in names, means known as ungood person. You don't associate yourself with them. He said, yeah. And also wal aghbiya wal bulada, and also from the ignorant, the one who actually doesn't know anything. Every time you ask anything, don't know anything. And also the morons, those actually doesn't want to learn and don't have any awareness that they are actually not knowing something. Because some people, when you say moron or something, actually when a person doesn't know something and he doesn't know that he doesn't know, it's good. But the problem is a person that doesn't know, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. But he doesn't know he doesn't know. He doesn't know that he's actually not knowing. That's actually called moron. People being called as moron because they cannot ever, because like the sufaha, the fools actually, they make fool of you. They just want to play with you. But the morons actually doesn't ever their thinking arrive at that level. Ever. Always talking about things that actually not really become a question. Maybe if I can give examples that I seen before. A person when we say about we have to obey the rulers, our rulers, we have to obey them, because Allah Ta'ala said in the Quran in Surah An-Nisa, ya ayyuhalladzina amanu, verse number 59, ati'ullah, obey Allah, wa ati'ur rasul, obey the prophet, obey the messenger, wa ulil amri minkum, and obey those who organize or rules, have the rules upon all of you. Because if you don't follow the rules, you don't have a rulers that rules you, then your life will be a problem. Nothing will happen. You cannot have anything happen if there's no obey. There's no submission or obey from the citizen towards their rulers. That's one thing. But when we talk about this, then somebody come and ask, if we go to the river, and the river being said by the government should not be, nobody should fish, go fishing there. So if I caught fish from that river and I ate it haram or not? So to that extent. Actually, then I answered them. I said, if the government make rules for you that the speed limit of the highway is 100 10 kilometer per hour. But you, because you have something, maybe important or not, you drive more than 110, maybe 120, 130, 140 kilometer per hour. Are you, then I said, are you actually doing something that actually haram? Question you have to ask. And if you buy something on that journey, is it haram also? Because something actually because that the limit that being put there, not for you to be actually go against, because it's safe speed limit for you and for everybody. So the thing is actually, if you being caught by the government, by the government about you speeding there, then just pay the fine. Because what being said there by the government, if you travel more than that speed limit, you will be fined. You'll be fined. You'll be given a ticket, and you'll be fined to pay for the wrongness that you do. So you don't ever associate something that same as you fishing at the river that is actually being prohibited by the government. The fish is not owned by the government. It's actually different if you go to fish from our friend pond. He have a pond, he have a place there. You fish from his pond and you take his fish. That is stealing. That is surely stealing. At the same thing, the government is actually not a body. So it actually govern everything. Everything there is actually for you to use, everybody. Only that when the government want to preserve something, like places in Pahang, there are places there where you can go to the sanctuary of Kelah. The fish Kelah is so actually expensive. More than $60, 60 ringgit per kilo. 60, more than 60 per kilo. So that they have a sanctuary there that you cannot fish there. So that place, the kelah there, you can go inside the water, then the kelah will come to you. You can play with the fish, but you cannot catch the fish. You can play with the fish, you cannot catch it. That is the thing. So in that point, the government is actually want to preserve the nature. So when you being caught to do against that, the thing is still halal for you to eat. But the fine you have to pay. You have to pay the fine. From the government, fine you, say you have to be fined 1,000 ringgit, then you pay. It's nothing about things that making the things halal become haram. Because as right now, some of our friend, I don't say they are moron, but that is the way of thinking. That when you say a person is actually a moron, that he didn't differentiate something that is actually so clear cut. Things that actually when you stealing, clearly you are stealing, and the thing that is actually being prohibited for you, but if you being caught by the government, you'll be fined. Then it's not the same thing. So sometimes some of us keep on asking something actually the clear cut things, they being asking about that until the thing become complicated, and in the end the ustaz will say, do as you like, do as you like. That is not actually for you to get become a friend with them, with those people. Al-aghbiya wal bulada, the ignorant and also the morons. Because fa inna mukhalatatahum sababu hirmani wa syaqawatil insan. Because he said here, because mixing with them, with those people, is the cause of loss and misfortune for a human. For a human being, you can have a loss. You can have many loss of things because of you have been friend with those people like that. Wallahil hamd. Alhamdulillah. We finish our topic today. Inshallah. Okay. Like always, we can see at the question if there any question for us to answer. Okay. Tayyib. Okay, first question, Faizal. Assalamualaikum Ustaz, apa maksud mauqif jayyid? Mauquf jayyid. Mauquf jayyid is actually in the hadith when the hadith is narrated to the Sahabah, means that that saying that you are actually talking about is not from the Prophet. Not from the Prophet, but it is from the Sahabah. Any wording that came from the Sahabah is called as mawquf. Any saying from the tabi'in is called maqtu'. So if you say marfu', then the saying is actually related to the Prophet. If you say mawquf, then the saying is actually from the companion of the Prophet SAW. When you say jayyid there, means that the chain of narration of that saying or that action from the Sahabah is actually, the narration is good. Means that you can use it as an evidence to support anything that is actually to understand some of the hadith. If you say from the Sahaba saying something like that, because the Sahaba they doesn't stand up by themselves. Their wording, their saying, their action doesn't stand up by themselves, but actually to support or to explain whatever being said being act by the Prophet SAW. So mawquf jayyid means that the saying is actually good, sound, the narration is sound to the Sahabah. Okay, to the Sahabah. Right. Okay, it's okay. Then the explanation is actually from in English. I explain in English today. I explain in English. Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay. Assalamualaikum. Ustaz, in Sahih Muslim, Abdullah bin Mas'ud who said, you are not going to say to people a thing except that you will fitnah to some of them. Can you explain what is this mean? Okay. This actually similar to what being said by Ali bin Abi Talib. Ali bin Abi Talib also said, hadithun nas ala qadri uqulihim. If you want to talk to human, to others, please talk according to the level of their understanding. Because aturidu ay yukadzibullah. Do you want them to deny Allah? This what being said by Ibn Mas'ud anhu is actually concerning the things that when you actually come face to face with certain people, that is actually doesn't have the base of Islam. The base of Islam is not there with them. Sometimes maybe the liberals people, the sister in kufur or any actually a secular minded person, you should not just say the logic to them from the start. You just say that this is what Allah command you, this is what no, you have to make sure they know who is Allah, they know who is the Prophet SAW. The evidence about that, you start from that point. You don't just say throw to them. If you don't pray, you go to hell. You don't. No, you have to make them understand why they should follow the Prophet SAW. This is one of the things that I see in our community when we want people to follow Sunnah. The wrong thing about we want people to follow Sunnah, they didn't know that Sunnah, from among the Sunnah, there is Sunnah is wajib. Actually obligated upon us to follow it. Like the Sunnah about the explanation of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. You should not deny what the Prophet said about Allah. But some people, like we said, we hear, we read in the newspaper. Some people actually said that Sunnah is Sunnat. Sunnah is Sunnat means that you can do it, you can not do it. Means that the Sunnah is Sunnat. So, because the Sunnah, they understand the Sunnah means that everything you do, you got the reward. Anything you then if you didn't do, you don't get punishment. Actually something like recitation of Bismillah when you want to open the door of your car. Because the Prophet ﷺ always start with Bismillah. So the question is, if you don't do it, are you a person that actually can we say being sent to hellfire because you don't recite Bismillah, or you don't recite the dua of safar? That is sunnah. If it is actually good for you to follow it. But if you just say from the start, just say Bismillah only, you don't recite the whole dua, it's okay. The people, never ever the scholars saying that you actually making a sin, will enter the hellfire because you don't recite the dua of safar, of journey, or you don't recite the dua of entering the bathroom. You want to go to the toilet, you don't recite the dua that the Prophet ﷺ taught us. That is sunnah. Means that if you do it, it's good. You don't do it, you don't get the reward. But the other side is actually the sunnah. When we say sunnah, means that anything that the Prophet guide us, like the way of us to pray, the way of us to actually bury our deceased. Means that people die in our family. How do we proceed with everything, the ghusl and everything? So this thing, anything that the Prophet show you, you should not get away and doesn't want to follow it by saying it's sunnah only. It's only sunnah. No, that is sunnah that you have to follow. Something that the way of the prayer, your prayer will not be accepted by Allah except you pray as the Prophet ﷺ pray. Salat, pray. If you don't pray salat like the Prophet salat, then your salat will not be accepted by Allah. That means that sunnah is obligated. Some sunnah you can do it, you can left it, or you forget it. It's actually okay. You don't come to the teacher. Oh, teacher, I didn't do my supplication during entering toilet today. What will happen to me? What happened? Allah Ta'ala will strike me with thunder. No, you don't think like that. Because the thing is actually being actually advised for you to do it. But if you didn't do it, it's okay. It's okay. Like taking wudu before sleep. Make sure that you are sleeping in the condition of wudu. You are actually in wudu. That's a good thing, but it's not obligated. But other thing, yes, you have to follow the Prophet ﷺ. So some explanation, something like this. That's why when Ibn Mas'ud anhu say to people, I will say you are not going to say to people a thing except that will be fitnah for some of them, because if you say wrongly explain the thing, it can be a disaster for them. Like a few days ago, there's a preacher, then Ustaz, he recite the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, and the hadith is actually being recited by our sheikh and every scholars in this world. About the end of the time, the Prophet ﷺ said, "Yushiku antada alaikumul umamu." The time already almost come that all the nation will group, will go unto you, Muslim, kama tada ala qasatiha, as the starving people go to their food. I mean, everybody will take a little of everything. Okay, when we are talking like this, generally nobody is actually being mad, but that Ustaz, he said the Hindus in Malaysia, the Buddhists in Malaysia. So the thing is actually wrongly being present. Something is wrongly being present. People will start to be enemy for you, even though the hadith is being narrated by the scholars and being said by the scholars, being taught in our mosque, not one time, for 4,000 years. So in Malaysia, nobody being ticked by the things. But when presented wrongly, that happened. That will happen. See, wrongly being presented. That's meaning what being said by Ibn Mas'ud anhu. Okay. Knowledge like that, that's not over knowledge. It's the way you present it, the way you talk about it, can be a fitnah to others. Okay, like we here in Al-Khadim, when we have new Muslim classes, I've been told to get into some of it. And when I explain something, normally I'm explaining things to Muslim, to born Muslim. And from among the born-Muslim, there are liberals people who actually have their wrongly mindset about Islam, and they actually thinking something about Islam that should not be thought like that. So when I will be giving speech about the preservation of Al-Quran, I go into the few verses of Al-Quran, and I quote something that about saying some people said that the Prophet can be wrong or right. Okay, the thing is that idea should not be presented to the new Muslim, because for them they don't have that type of thinking. The thinking come from the born Muslim who being actually exposed to the Western ideologies. So they actually think that the Prophet made this actually is so impossible for Muhammad. It cannot be wrong. He is a human being. He should be wrong. Where he wrong? So they want to open that one part to make sure that they can let go for everything in Islam. The salah, starting point they can choose one thing, but after that they will start to left out everything, the hijab, everything, even though inside the Quran, it's inside the Quran, so they run away. So but presenting this type of ideas to the new Muslim is actually wrong. I've been advised by Sheikh Hussein, so not to talk about something like that, because for them they don't have that ideas. So you don't feed them that ideas to make them actually argue about Islam more. So that's the point about when you talk to others, you have to carefully choose your word, choose your topic, choose your audience. Make sure that you are actually not making them more confused about Islam. That's the thing. Okay. Okay. From the Sahaba, can anything from the Sahaba can be practiced? Actually, yes. You can practice if actually the thing is sound from the Sahaba, means that Sahih from the Sahaba. You can practice it. But if you have something that is from the Prophet, you must make priority to do what the Prophet taught you, not to go to anybody else, because everybody have their own thought. Yeah. Because if the companion way of what will be related from them is the explanation of whatever is actually being said by the Prophet or the action of the Prophet ﷺ, then the whatever the Prophet the companion show us can help us to practice whatever being learned from the Prophet ﷺ. That is better. Okay, wait. Alhamdulillah. Finish our question. Okay, inshallah we stop here. And we will be taking after this the 30th summary about badlil juhdi fi tahfuzil ilmi wal mudhakarati was su'ali anhu. You have to give effort in memorizing the knowledge, to actually to revise the knowledge, and also to question about it. So you have to make sure you have to do that, inshallah. So inshallah we will continue that inshallah next week. Wallahu a'lam. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa sallam. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Subhanaka hamdi, insya Allah anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.